The dragonfly hovering over your garden right now is quietly telling you three important things about your yard and garden, and most gardeners miss every one of them. This is Master Gardener Steve, and the dragonfly is not just a pretty summer visitor. It's one of the most capable aerial hunters in the insect world, and its presence reveals more about the landscape around you than you might think. But to read the clues, we have to begin somewhere unexpected, underwater. Before a dragonfly ever takes to the air, it lives as an aquatic predator. The immature stage, called a nymph, hunts beneath the surface of ponds, creeks, wetlands, and irrigation ditches. Eventually, the nymph climbs a reed or stem above the water. Its outer skin splits, the adult pulls free, and four new wings slowly expand. Only then does it become the dragonfly we recognize. So when one appears over your flowers, there's water somewhere in its story, even when that water's nowhere near you or your property. Did you know, depending on the species, that underwater chapter can last months or even years? The insects you notice for a few fleeting moments in your garden may have spent far longer developing beneath the surface than it will ever spend in the air. Once airborne, a dragonfly is not visiting your flowers for nectar. It's hunting. Watching closely, and you will see the difference. A dragonfly patrols the same patch of air, makes sudden turns, accelerates towards prey, and returns to a favored perch. Its menu includes mosquitoes, midges, gnats, flies, and other small flying insects. Those tiny insects hovering over compost or dancing in the evening light may barely register to us, but to a dragonfly, they're a reason to stay. So when dragonflies keep working the same part of your garden, the explanation is surprisingly simple. The hunting is good. And this is where dragonflies teach us something important about how gardens actually work and function in the ecosystem. Gardeners often want the predators without the prey. We want lady beetles, but no aphids, songbirds, but no caterpillars, dragonflies, but no gnats. Nature doesn't work that way, as we know. A predator needs something to eat. That does not mean ignoring a destructive infestation. It means recognizing that a few insects in the garden are not evidence of failure. Sometimes they're the system supporting the creatures we call beneficial. Before reaching for a broad spectrum insecticide, stop and look, identify the insect, check for damage. Sometimes the response has already begun. Your flowers still matter, just not in the way most people assume. The physical structure of a garden is what dragonflies use. Stakes, stems, fences, and bare twigs give them places to rest and watch. You may even see the same individual return to the same perch over and over again. From there, it can scan the air, launch, intercept prey, and return. So the bamboo stake beside your dahlias may be doing more than just holding up the plant. It may be serving as a hunting platform. A dragonfly also reminds us that wildlife does not care about property lines or boundaries. The adult above your tomatoes may have emerged from a pond down the road, rested in a hedgerow, crossed a meadow, and arrived in your garden to hunt. Its life links habitats we think of as separate: the cultivated garden, the wild edge, the meadow, and your pond. What you see in the garden is only one chapter of a much larger journey. Quick Master Gardener tip: if you want to support dragonflies, think habitat, not stagnant water. A thoughtfully designed pond with aquatic plants and emergent stems gives nymphs a place to grow and climb from the water. Pair that with a little tolerance for the small insects already moving through your garden, and the predators will find you. So those three things the dragonfly was telling you: 1, there's water somewhere nearby. 2, there are enough small insects to make your garden worth hunting. And 3, predators are already at work even when you barely notice them. And underneath it all, the biggest clue of all: your garden is not an isolated patch of flowers. It's connected to a living landscape far beyond your fence. So the next time a dragonfly stops over your garden, don't just see it as a beautiful insect and a magical moment. See the clue, because your garden's always telling us something. We have to just slow down long enough to notice. If reading your garden this way is your kind of thing, subscribe. The whole series is about the signals hiding in plain sight, and there's a new one we put out just about every week.